Everybody is here in all their finery, and it's just a really warm, wonderful feeling. They're treating us like heroes, and they've done all the work.
Somewhere here in the hotel. So I just want to inform you that all of you are the honored guests of the club at Muhammad Bagh Club tomorrow at 7 p.m. for dinner. Including the doctor. All of you here. All of you know.
As a true Canadian and a representative. Yeah, I don't blame him a bit. That's Paul something or other, the deputy assistant or aide to the Canadian consulate. Anything you don't hear me say completely, it's because I never bothered to find out completely. The embarrassment is yours. Oh no, it's all right.
He made me have the courage.
And would you like to tell us something?
Would you like to speak to him?
Speak to him?
He is around the corner somewhere.
Is he?
Yes.
Well, Carol, then Carol and yours.
Okay. I do it. There was one small room.
That's Buffalo, it looks like. Just walking down, just coming into the top of those trees in the middle of the screen. I just got the tail end of Buffalo, and over on the other side of the street.
She can do it right under. Then she went and that's exactly it. Then she went
There's
then she gave again the
three more.
land and all this.
And they're not supposed to be on the street, but the person that owns them just puts them out and then starts them in the right direction where he wants to go. And then he disappears. And much later, wherever they are, here's one just getting rid of his. Right down here. The little man in the white with the...
There just may be a secret there. Goodbye.
Thank you, Benji. We've enjoyed meeting your unsung heroes. Now, we all know that a great deal of research and development has gone into solar energy in trying to make this commercially and domestically viable.
That's our morning.
Now, listen to this. Solar heating
Alan Lee are up. We
was developed centuries ago by the
haven't heard from Stan yet. We're on 7:52. Not bad. In 30 minutes, we're going to be picked up to go to one of the Rotarians' families' homes to have breakfast. It was a wonderful reception we had last night. Didn't really have a supper. They had all kinds of tidbits, so I think we're all fairly hungry. There's the buffalo, and as you can see, there's no one actually really around them. That's him, I guess, the little guy in the back side there that just whipped him.
at a comfortable level.
He'll disappear if any police show up,
Energy or solar heating,
or if anyone starts blowing whistles.
Diplomats of Australia who centuries ago showed us how to use this concept. जी साहब, और जितना ज़्यादा in launching the Eurospace to Jupiter Galileo from space.
You got it, friends, right outside our window.
Scheduled for the end of the year with the launching of a space telescope by NASA. This would allow scientists to see 300 times more of the universe than they can see now. The astronauts later visited the U.S. Communications Exhibition at Tansin Medan, which includes a section on space technology.
Driven those animals
And now a look at the temperature
over there, up and down a set of stairs.
Delhi, the temperature was 8 degrees Celsius, Calcutta 18.6, Madras 17.4, and Bombay 18.6 degrees Celsius.
You wouldn't normally think that they went up and down stairs, would you?
India and Turkey have called upon the international community to carry forward the ongoing process of nuclear disarmament to achieve global peace. The local
Obviously they do.
discussing a government-sponsored bill to reintroduce the investment allowance scheme to give a boost to industrialization. We now have close-up pictures of the
Here's another bunch of
and also a report on
buffalo
the
just coming into the-
coming up near the earthquake-hit Spitak region of the Soviet Union. And that's all this newscast. Goodbye. And we have this letter from Jungri Gujarat, which we'd like to show you on the monitor for just a moment.
Anyways, that's our morning excitement from our morning view on the world today, brought from me to you. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Ladies that were
That's to higher view that I've already shown you from the bedroom down below.
poetry. So very
Here's the little village that I was keep trying to point out to you, and here's the buffalo that have been taken across the bridge, I guess to more or less range there on their own, but there is absolutely nothing for them to range on. That brown is really a sand brown. What I'm trying to focus on now is the temple of the monkey Hanuman. There it is. And that is the temple of Hanuman, which is the god of the monkey. Opposite side of the glass shot, that's their sports stadium. Which I'm not too sure what they're preparing over there. These windows are not clear glass, so there's a tint to them, which I don't know what that's going to do, and also it diffuses them a bit. That's a traffic circle just on the corner of the hotel here. Over here is a mosque or a temple or a shrine or something. There's a little bit better picture. I'll move over to it now. That's that building, but right here in front of it, this park is like the Hyde Park. All the political rallies and things set up in this park, and the speeches are made, and people get to voice their opinions. Quite a thing over there. It's on a, I guess it's for a parade, because it's on wheels. got a world on it. And nothing behind there is an open frame stage. Of course, something you guys are just gonna have to put up with from when I take pictures of. It's interesting that this is where the free fair speech is allowed, which is equal to the Hyde Park acclamation of speaking. Ensuring free speech from his point of view. Hey, Al. Hi, Al. What is that building? The big, looks like a shrine or an arch.
Which one was?
What Al is looking at. The big one.
This one? Yeah. This is one of the gardens. It was a part of the pleasure gardens of the Queen. Of the Queen Mother, actually.
And what do they use it for now?
They use it as a library.
A library? Okay, guys, let's go to the...
A little fun rally.
Oh, why'd we bother?
Is elephants.
I hate the rally situation. It can always lead to something much more exciting. I just want to make sure that I'm constantly moving.
Particularly with somewhere like here, you wouldn't even know what you're getting, why you're getting lumped of brings back memories of all the Indian movies that I've seen. Things
We were,
in Africa.
when we went out to the oranges and bananas, we're coming back into the station. There was a fight going on and I stopped. And I looked, figured out that all the people were against the one guy, and the one guy would get lumped up by the biggest guy around. Oh, no. I said, you're right. And I grabbed him by the shoulder and I said, come on. No, we're okay. I said, listen, we're not okay. And when we're in the train, we're only going to be partly okay.
Well, even he mentioned about those young kids on the train, talk to them, ignore them, they get into just trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed in the newspaper too, there's referrals to toughies. So there's a robbery somewhere, and so they picked up a bunch of local toughies.
I kicked 2 off of our floor. I kicked 2 off of our floor in the hotel. When we were all just going down for the cocktail party.
Where's your money going?
Underneath. Keep going, see if you can find it. Is it there?
No.
Try and find it for me. And as we were getting off, I always hold my number so no one can see it. But I can see these kids' eyes all register in these hands. And Al and I got off. He said, why were they pushing, to get on? I said, where's your room number? He turned it, and of course, it was quite visible. I said, oh, they've probably gone to your room. And he didn't pay attention. The deal was we were going downstairs. I said, I'm going back up to the room. I got there and there they were in the hall. They got back to the center of the hallway by the time I got there. And I backed them up, man. Where were they going and why? Then they wanted to find where they could have some tea. And of course they all of a sudden couldn't talk.
When they headed down the other way to where Anup is, High Court Judge is there. Case. He is a guard standing at the back of the wall, so you don't see him when you're looking down the thing.
कुत्तों को बंद करो।
They were already surveyed, but they turned around.
कुत्तों को बंद करिए।
Come out.
Good morning. Hi. Nice to see you again.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting us.
Very grateful.
Fire here?
We're on a battery.
Take in the car.
We've been
Explain everything.
Oh, you did. Well, we're waiting.
Right? Let's get started, shall we?
This sauce is different than our Canadian sauce. Tomato. Pure tomato.
Stan Jackson there, filling his face. Stan doesn't like this Indian food very much. You can see he just picks away at it.
Good?
We like it.
I do.
Yeah, that's good. Try this. Try this.
Words that is for which Lucknow is famous, Anup Singh could know, chicken words.
We also saw that was
Chicken. So,
yeah.
Can I clear here?
I hope you like it.
and this is for
Couples
here, all married?
Couples here.
The couples here?
here.
Thank you very much.
And this is
Thank you. Thank you.
Very. Oh. All right.
It's very safe. Your life is I know now. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's very nice. When you're visiting from
I have to worry about you. What happens if you're still filming and all of us go off for lunch?
Oh, woman, I will become thinner.
An operation theater? No? Yes?
A laser.
Laser.
Laser medical.
What sort of surgery are they doing now?
In case you would be interested, then I think we'll give you a mask and you can go inside.
I would love to watch.
Would you like to go?
Very trying to
Give
get a
us-
picture over your head.
Vinita, are you doing cataract?
Not too much.
Huh? Would you like if they come in and see your surgery? Huh? कहाँ पर हो किस जगह हो? Where are you?
Take it to the clinic.
You can just take it to the clinic.
Well, we just chopped the top of Al's head off, but that's his fault, not ours. No. Actually, if anything, it's a great help because then what happens is it's 12:45 and we have a lunch meeting at 1 o'clock. Susan almost was invited into that eye operation upstairs. But time was the biggest factor. The hospital was allowing it. But anyways, this is definitely our trip to India. This is why we're here. And for good reason, too.
And Barry Madden got stumped on the chart at the end of the wall. He couldn't read the biggest letter on it.
They cannot read it. So we always, there are different languages, but most of the time we have got something, just opening on one side.
I can do the top one. I can do the top one.
Only
S.
top one,
S.
not the last one.
The bottom one.
No, that is not. That is not English.
We make it English. I know, but that's the best I can do.
When you test your, get your eyes tested.
Get my eyes tested right away.
You should read the last line. That is normal line. 6 by 6, whatever all I 6 by 6.
No, it's
Last
not. Those are not English figures.
No, they are not English.
No.
You want to test your eyes?
Just for. Oh yeah.
Can you read the last line now?
Yes. A P N T X Z. I don't know that one, and then U at the end. N.
You're trying to read.
I can read the bottom line.
APHTXZHU.
That's right. And you know the alphabet very well.
See? Like Chashmas.
But only for close. See, I have for close reading.
Would you be interested in seeing some of the wards of the hospital and the eye? Because I thought that.
Let's go, Suze.
Yes, Susan will be interested.
Show you the awards also. Because you'll be interested, so I kept this thing on.
She loves the hospital.
Yes, I know.
And it will be wonderful when she goes back. She won't complain where she works.
Yes. That's what I was trying.
Because you know, you don't know the what we work.
See,
This was supposed to be our area, you see,
But the people have taken it over.
yes, because some religious structure over there.
If it is benign, you will remove it, isn't it? Oh. Is your cancer research quite well founded?
Most of them come in operative stage.
When they come too late.
Operable stage, when they come, we operate. Otherwise, we have to send them for radiotherapy.
Radiology is not successful in my much, is it?
Yes, that's not very
it is a poor solution.
It's only a palliative. Even chemotherapy is palliative.
Yes.
Sometimes we have to do a palliative surgery. We just remove the whole of the object.
The whole of the object, just so it can't bother them, yeah. And yet she's quite contented. She is reasonably contented there.
That we have to do. One session will be finished. If we have to operate cataract, then
The eyelid, ptosis.
No, it is
No,
tumor.
this is a tumor. This is a tumor, cancer.
So you do nucleation.
Perhaps more than that, infiltration. We'll have to
And then
So this is how they chart it.
Alright.
What the drugs have been at what time.
Very good. And this part is their temperature and pulse and respiration. That's very neat. All together in one spot.
It's quite
And these are the time windows.
I never heard of cancer of the eye. Very good. Thank you. Yeah.
So we are doing it the right way.
I think you're doing it better than we are. We have too many pieces of paper. They're trying to reduce the paper.
Reduce paper and easy comprehension.
Yeah, more
Can we move it? They are already so sad. This is something that
No, there's enough. There is enough.
No, I've seen a lot of flashlights and then they take.
Yes. This is the seminar room. And there's the worst room, pathology.
The light levels is very low. This is the non-working. This is the working section.
It's not coming out. What is that machine right there?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't think this works really.
No, it doesn't work, but what did it used to do for
You
you?
get up?
Water bath.
Huh?
Water bath.
Acha, for this thing, blood sugars. It's a hot water bath, sir.
Oh, for the old blood sugar count
That's
to
true.
separate.
That's true. That's true.
And it hasn't worked for many years.
Because it's not been working ever since I was. Been here. So
And that would make the diagnosis that much faster if you knew what those were in many of the operations.
Definitely, because then you have to send it to another pathology, and the report goes and comes back. We lose about a day.
Sometimes it comes back.
It doesn't. It really always comes back, but we lose
It
a day.
always comes back.
Yeah, it does come back. So that's not a problem. But the problem is of losing time.
There's your scales, and none of them are electronic.
No, definitely not.
But they are accurate. As long as the person operating them is accurate.
Yeah, that's right. No,
And this is the analysis
yes, sir,
and
that's right.
separation.
That's right.
Color separations.
That's true. Staining
For
of the
stains,
site
yes.
for phenylkasmia for organisms.
And here is
Here it is.
some of the small glass smears,
Yes, sir.
which
And then you put out the microscope there and it will be analyzed by our
going to be
pathologists.
for analysis. It's very basic.
It's very basic, but it works.
And this is the King George Medical Center, and this is the centrifuge,
That's true. That's true.
and that's quite an old one.
Yeah, you bet it is.
Yeah.
No, but you see, this is the laboratory for the department alone.
For just the ophthalmology.
It's not the pathology department.
No,
The pathology department is a separate department.
Yes, but for the pathology department, it's still very primitive.
Yes.
This is part of pathology department.
Yes.
In that kind of a way. Yes.
Yes.
So, but then we are doing very basic things here. We are any advanced test we send to the department of pathology.
And the microscope is?
It's somewhere inside.
Okay.
Microscope कहाँ पे रखा है?
No, definitely. We were even using certain, disposable things here which we have used.
Certainly try your best. Requirement is priority. Should it not come from their normal replacement channels, it will be a holding block in our unit. So as far as clubs are concerned, one be hasting. This is one aspect which, if kept in mind, will be helpful. As far as those lenses and instruments are concerned, that is also a requirement, but not necessarily part of our project eyesight. And yesterday, I was talking to Paul Donor, and he has not promised anything, but
district. However, initially, personally, I'm optimistic that we will be able to help you people because I have a formula in my mind that I think is available, and I will check out with the Rotary District 504 when I get back to Vancouver. Just the numbers I'm thinking about are $20,000 Canadian for this project that we have just are completing now. Okay, so 2.5 lakh. Right? As I understand it, we would take another 2.5 lakh for the van, for the district. And then there's the lens implant equipment, microscopes, and the other equipment, which would be nice to have, but are not necessary right now. What I'm thinking is that I might look at a formula that if some funds were to come from the Rotary Club of Bluff-Comcast and from the Rotary Club of Burnaby Hastings, that Rotary International will match those funds and turn one from you and one from us into 4. Okay? Then through CEDA, we'll match 2 for 1, which turns this 4 into 12. Right? So with a figure of like we have, our commitment this time was from our club was 6,750. Let's say we had $5,000, you had $5,000. Rotary International throws in $10,000, and CETA then would throw in
20.
Becomes 20, they would throw in 40. Now, I don't know if those numbers will all work out with CETA and Rotary International, but all of a sudden, $5,000 becomes $60,000 very quickly, and that would cover the cost.
Number 2 of the Indian trip.
Third at 1:59, 2 o'clock, which is not bad when you consider that we were supposed to be here at 1 o'clock. And we've canceled about 2 things just to try and be here at 1 o'clock. So 1 hour later, ladies and gentlemen, here we are, walking into the home of one of the Rotarians to enjoy our lunch. And I understand by the conversation that inside this gate we're going to have coffee. Oh no, we're not. These are the family.
That is Barry. You smile
Hello.
and then he'll take your photograph. She's so frightened.
You can start this year too. No, you give too much.
Please let Mrs.
No, you give.
Mrs. Yadnik, please come.
TikTok to or?
No, come.
Ladies wala mamla. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Where is the man who refused the dessert?
This is for Mr. and Mrs. Come on.
Okay.
Mr. and Mrs.
Susan.
And photograph together.
Get your photograph together.
Yes.
Deepa?
And this is for you.
Thank
No,
you very
that's for
much.
Stan. Mr. and Mrs. there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It is a great pleasure to have all of you around.
Can you come together, please?
Yes, please. Come on one side. One side.
Anyway, jitna aa jayega.
Now we're going the other way around the room.
Why not you come here with a picture? Yeah.
Gotta get your picture taken.
I am.
Add it in. Hold it. Hoga beta.
Papa, don't worry. Get it from here.
Here we come.
Try and catch up with Al. Make
It should be your ambition.
Oh, sure you can. I'm behind the best part.
Behind is the best part.
One over there.
Yes.
Another one.
You want one? Beta, another angle from there.
No, the other button.
Another angle.
The big gray one. Oh, okay.
Meenakshi, come to the phone.
Actually, she has to get you back. We have to get it and on the way.
Good.
Send me a
Shall I
copy.
open this now?
Just a minute.
Oh, there's enough. Hold those
To
up.
be recorded.
She's recorded. That's right. Everything is being recorded.
Here we are. Minute, and it's from enough. You want it?
1 minute.
If these people only understood, just 1 minute.
There we are.
There we are. Thank you very much.
nice.
There's the star of the show. Call out your name nice and loud with your last name.
Oh, you got my coat.
Tell us your name.
Huh?
That's the Murty's little daughter.
This is supposed
They
to
have a
help your-
son that's 13.
Look at, can you get a shot of this? This is supposed to help my digestion. You eat this after your meal?
Yes,
Yes. So there you go.
there you go.
So,
And guys, if Stan doesn't come back with us, at least you will have seen the thing that got him.
I'm not so sure I'm going to try it. I just thought I'd show it to you.
Say hello, Susie. Susan.
No, not at all.
Okay, this is just after we've gotten out of the car with the scratch with the motorcycle that Stan and Paya and I were in. It was most interesting. The car behind us had the same shot. And this is the outside of the residency. You can see they're reconstructing some of it. But I think that's more work than I would want to undertake.
Okay, it's recording.
Okay.
I will be around.
Okay. And now to turn it off, you just.
This is where the mutiny of Lucknow took place in 1857. These are the old remains.
Proper, living quarters here. But this was all destroyed during the mutiny.
Which lasted for a year. A year? A year.
There's a beautiful bougainvillea tree over there with the purple flowers. And over here is another garden.
You don't want to walk with me. Lots of
garden all around.
This is wrong. This is not allowed.
So you'll see bullet marks and all that out here. Questions about health that they ask. And they say that the head of the family answers the questions. Which the spirit tells him, so to say.
And this is
this is basically a mosque that the spirit visits the grave and answers your questions.
Okay. Some more of the Lucknow ruins here. This is the museum that we're going to go inside and look at the model of the original place. Okay, Deepa or whoever, we are...
Okay, this is called the Bada Imambara. Bada means big, right? This was made by one of the Nawabs of Lucknow. His name is Asif-ud-Daula. There was once a famine in the city of Lucknow. So Asif-ud-Daula, in order to provide work to the people of Lucknow, he got this Imambara built. It was said that whatever was built in the daytime used to be broken at night so that the work would continue and the people would have a constant source of food. Right? This is the main building. This is the main building of the Imambara. This is the main doorway. Right?
Talking to her.
Okay. Asif-ud-Daula had 365 wives, and they were all accommodated here, I believe. All of them used to live in this Bada Imambara.
And inside you will see the arches for them to see inside. Like there's a big hall out here behind you.
Beyond the Rumi Darwaza is the Pearl Mosque. This is where all the Muslims used to go for their prayer.
And they still
come here? Yes, they still come.
One of the sects of Sunni.
Here I'm just standing a little back from it to get a better view of this. It's a very immense complex here, and I can't really tell you anything more because I can't pronounce all the names.
A lot of beauty in it.
Just another view of the mosque here. Very large. These are steps leading into the area that you just saw that are just covered with flowers. Walking down this pathway here out towards this gate.
Why don't you guys just please stand over by her and I'll let you know.
In this place now, we're just walking out. By the gate here now, going around, selling wares.
Meeting, I guess, of this particular committee on the high operation. But this is where everybody in this city does their laundry, in this river especially, but in particular. I'll just zoom in on the laundry, drying on the banks on the far side there. And that's as good as it gets. There you can see them pounding on boards that are slats in the water. See the one person right there in the center screen if you can. Anyways, this is the bridge that we hit a motorcyclist on. That was fun. It wasn't necessary, but happened to be a buffalo in front of us and guy jammed his brakes on, and the motorcyclist came banging up behind him. And another one of our cars had him by the back end and hit his wheels. So the guy from the front car got out and told him he shouldn't have been there. The guy in the back car got out and told him he shouldn't have been there. Threw up his arms, picked up his motorcycle, and walked off to the side of the road. And we drove away. All traffic decisions should be made that way. It's obviously working, so there you are.
Meeting will now come to order.
Perfect. We're all being recorded. Lovely.
You gonna do anything?
Sure. Well, Dr. Asogi can start. I'll also zoom in on him at the same time.
He wants you to start with the proceedings.
Time to start?
Will you explode or shall we start?
Oh, it's recording now.
Okay.
We are started.
Now, actually, I think we'd like to show for us to answer. Is there any questions about Project Eyesight?
Well, there's a whole bit of silence. Well, we understand that through CEDA, our government was involved, and we know that the Rotary Club of Uptown Cas was involved. Was the Indian government involved in any way, shape, or form, or was that through the hospital?
There was no direct involvement of the Indian government as such. The involvement of the Indian government is only to the extent that permission has to be taken from the state government for running these camps. So the requisite permission was taken from the Chief Medical Officer. In India, we have a setup of a Chief Medical Officer for each district, and he represents the government for that district. All medical staff. So only to that extent the government.
And you can say that King George's Medical College doctors are being paid by the government of India, even though they have worked honorary for us, but basically being government employees. The approval of the authorities concerned also can be taken as government function.
Well, putting the question in another context, does the Rotary Club of Burnaby Hastings and the Canadian government get recognition from the Indian government? In other words, do they recognize what Canada is doing and partaking in this project?
Well, we had a minister of the UP government yesterday, and I remember him very definitely having stated on behalf of the government, expressed his appreciation for the contribution of the Rotary Club and the Canadian government.
This question which you asked, I find it slightly interesting because basically Rotary being a people-to-people organization, a voluntary organization, we thought our collaboration together was more club-to-club basis, and government was only, by the way, also I thought in the democracies, we generally believe that let the government do the barest minimum and not let it button every way.
And secondly, when we got the money, we had to take the permission and inform the government that we are getting money from foreign country for this particular purpose. So government was fully aware, and if they had any problems or some questions to ask, or if they wanted to say no, this cannot be done, then they would have stopped it. That means we have a okay on the government.
Perhaps you're taking it in the wrong context. Perhaps I'm wearing my flag on my lapel as being a Canadian, and being a Canadian and a Rotarian, I think both would like to have recognition.
Not cast in stone. So if you say it will be able to modify, it will be elastic, somewhat. But give us some guidelines. Okay, that I can accept that. My concern is that twofold. From our perspective, of course, we're going to raise funds. We need time to plan for raising them. And from your perspective too, I don't want to jeopardize the ongoing success of the program through burnout, trying to do too much too soon. I would suggest that these The big part of this whole thing was establishing a base to work from. And we did that this year. We've all gotten to know each other. We know what can be done and what possibilities lie ahead. I would suggest that we build on that base and build gradually to the program. So I guess my request to you, which has been accepted, is that you present a budget to us for next year as soon as possible.
I suppose it should be possible by April. April or May. Latest.
May will be.
April or May latest. By end of May. Latest by end of May.
You can't ask more than that.
Because being a typical bean counter, we also have to state that our involvement this year was based on the assumption that CEDA's program will stay in place. Correct? Right. Yes. The Canadian government's program supported this and made all of this partially possible. And Al also proposed that perhaps there's a way of enhancing the amount of money that we can raise for this project by throwing a joint money part. So we should explore that.
Fine, no problem.
The further we can make it
we will
all
have no hesitation in contributing to that program.
Well, if it's available to us and it can multiply the amount of good we can do, I think we should explore it.
Because a nominal contribution from each of us can result into a big fund being made available. I understand this whole thing.
And actually, Al, I would like to add to that, we would like to see another avenue of service in the handicapped group. I'm a handicapped, I know what it is. I'd like to be one. I would like to get some operations done on these polio patients. Small tendon lengthening operations. Given those, a person can stand and walk, which can make life that much better. Exactly like you're doing in the field of ice. You're doing it for the older generation normally. Here you will be giving life to the younger ones affected by poliomyelitis right in the childhood. Say from 1 to 5 years of age or maybe 10. And if they can stand, they can do a lot better. Send you a proposal, scheme about that. If you can do something about that, that's most welcome.
By all means, that was just what I was going to say. If you give a proposal to us about the needs, your objectives and goals, how you plan to achieve those, and again, the budget, what kind of money would be required to make those things happen. We can take it to Mr. Jubal, our Director of International Service, to the Club Executive, and see what can be done. Keeping in mind that, I don't want to sound negative, but cautious, that we are a small club, there are only 30 members, and that international service to us covers more than just India for other Rotarians. You got the spontaneous ones this time. You got the ones that said, Mr. Jubal said, let's go to India, and we said, sure, let's go. I don't know how many more of those would do that.
Now you'll have one whole year to plan, and next time when somebody comes, we could also fix up some demonstration type of or some scientific basis also.
I'll give my strongest testimonial I can to this sort of a journey, that's for sure.
And to reinforce within our club, because as a Rotary Club, we all know every member has input into the end result of the Rotary Club, and every member is a part and makes up that Rotary Club. And I think when you do your synopsis on the eyesight operations, it would be very interesting right from the very start, the very contact between our club as to how it progressed, because I found very interesting in the amount of work that had to be done prior to you ever opening up the camps. I mean, there is so much work to go to the area and solicit the people and screen some of the people. I mean, all of this before the ICAP ever opened up.
Select the venue, so many other problems.
Just so much involved. It would be a great service to us because we have to go back and try and relay what you're going to give to us in a personal point to the rest of our members. And if we can bring that to them, we know, we've seen with our own eyes, but it will make it so much
in
powerful.
this context, yesterday Mr. Jubal asked me, so I have brought all the publicity material that was used and all the specimens of the various forms, etc., that have been used in these camps by the medical college and everything I have brought, and I propose to hand over the banner, both banners as you had requested, and all the publicity material specimen also for you to carry along with you. And we have taken Burnby Hastings all over the area where we have held camps, because our entire publicity material carries your name, of course in our own language, because we did not want to create a communication barrier.
No. Actually, we couldn't have done that because the others won't understand English and they won't be able to come over there.
I also have brought with me photographs about the camps that have been held till now. I propose to hand these to you in a proper album form this evening at the dinner, because more of our members will be there. I would want them also to have a look at the photographs, because only one set has been provided to us by the photographers so far, because they'll be doing it at the end. They are covering the entire project on video and also in still photographs. So I'll give you a complete album to date this evening, when we shall be exchanging our flags also. I have also invited members of the Rajdhani Club especially for this evening, because the charter president who has been collaborating with us has gone to South. So I was not able to establish contact yesterday, and it took some time. So they will also be here because they have also worked with us in one of the groups. So they will be at the dinner in the evening, and then I'll be presenting.
Will it be possible to have this video filmed?
These are camp
yes. Video will be everywhere, sir.
On TV.
On that, we're looking for, and I'll talk to Raj afterwards, we just need one cable, and we'd like to try it.
No, the video which we have taken could be displayed.
Of course.
Could be displayed.
This is another camp. These are the patients. Their photographs are to be submitted, so for that purpose, of course, those photographs will go later. No. These are
inaugurating
the inauguration. That's why we left it in the back.
The thing that
We've got all the flags.
expand to that.
Slight groups of extension.
Take down the cost. We've taken groups of four. And the list that we say will be according to the list maintained by the department, because the doctors have maintained the list. No, these are our volunteers who are the one with the bandages. We've given them numbers here. These are numbers I'd like to see that.
Oh, yes.
As it is doing something.
My feeling. You don't call it Dave. You don't call it Dave. You call it Dapasao. Yes. Spelling is exactly the same.
These are doctors when they went for dressing, so we have to divide the
Next year, some seniors.
because it was more hard. So we had to offer them coffee of them. So we have to be present for that.
Yeah, but I was building up to where I thought that also 20 or 10 folio extensions or clearing ear channels and do simple
the one who visits in the morning, because I'm sure they are there. Registration being done there. This is patients who come for registration.
All the patients, all the patients that come, we take down the examination.
Your daughter.
And then after that, the doctor sees it, and they treat the patients for
Now, most of the papers have both sides already known.
See, I'll tell you the methodology. When the patient comes, there's a form of this kind. His name, my personal district, the registration number, and my date is this. And just this card carries to the place where the doctor is seated. And on this basis, the doctor examines the person. If it is an admit case, then he is sent to another section where these items are checked. All these tests are conducted. And he is admitted. He signs his consent letter. That is his consent for being operated. And then he is picked out and operated. And then when he is discharged, he is given this discharge. This contains instructions as to what he has not and this report is with him. So that suppose we go back to another college, they know what was the diagnosis, what was the treatment given, what was the advice given, and what was their unfortunate accident. So in this, what was happening was registration was being done. Who have always had this plastic and might always have this plastic. This one they never got the plastic, but they will never get $500 take adequate precaution for, and we know that the government is having to buy it on hand because they have settled. So these drops are dispensed. Some people think it's fair. Other people think it's too much. Whatever it is not our concern. We will keep to our level. We don't care whether the government of Canada is allowed. They maintain a record, they maintain the advice that this is required by our authority.
Okay.
Yeah, because if the government doesn't, so they are required to maintain that. They maintain that record. So this medicine was dispensed to this just a specimen as to and then all the problems they go to the doctor, the doctor prescribes the medicine, or the doctor says mature cat right and admit. So when they come to admit, then this history is
Go to any stands for the people here and make life safely.
The 8 different camps they purchased. Different primary school march, 26 फरवरी से 8 मार्च जिला है 1 फरवरी से 2 मार्च
Try say 500 maybe. 2 months to start. Because that's going to be slightly more expensive. Yes. Oh, minor operation. If that one takes at least a month's time, it would be. And I've been in my daughter and all the rest. My son is that, and I know that, and the why. Our why is he came why was it I know. But if I want to do something stack it as I am. So that even though it goes based on that's right. That's right. But our contribution is not really on all our learning and savings accordingly are none of our standards did not mean dollar for dollar. What I think feeling is there, while we have the government being which I don't think is what it was last like the government, we have what because it is no politics for money. We decided on their grounds that if we raise the dollar, that makes $3. And one because it's worth, I don't know what it is to buy right now, an American dollar bill here, a $3 and want to buy a $5
one bag. I think of an American building here. You probably will have a box of apples. So if we have that, everybody is important. What's most important is the amount of effort. There's our president, a man that has great feeling for this project. Yes, please. Certainly. And we're finished now? But I'm having
Well, we're outside right now. They have an open bar. And we're at an ex-British Army officers club house. There's Stanley. We found him in the crowd. There's been a friend that's a gentleman to me. Mind you, I gotta say that every one of them is. All the men have come outside here. All the wives and ladies and girls have been left inside. And of course, Al, wife Lee, and Susan have been taken off somewhere to see if they can get into a couple of saris, which if they have, will be most interesting. Anyways, this is pretty poor light for what we're getting, so we'll just sign off here.
Expounding on gentleman asked, how do you do?
Is that right, yeah? Wonderful.
Okay. I don't know. Very odd. He makes me speechless.
Yes. Nothing. I don't work very much or very often. And I do know that there is.
They have soda water there.
But honestly, quite honestly, it is? Oh, of course it is. Well, I'm not.
That's why he's not drinking. I think he had some training at the bar. I think that's...
Yes. अंकल आप देखिए मेरी जिंदगी इतनी छोटी है नमस्कार जी होती है उसमें नाराजगियाँ जाहिर करना और उनके जवाब देना उसको और छोटी करना जो जो जो